Good morning everyone. Well, today I want to do a painting especially for beginners. So I want you, the experts and the people who are well on, to forgive me for this, but just let's show our beginners how to do a painting and explain a few things as we go on. Now this is for our beginners. This is watercolour paper. It's a £140, which, or you can have £200, you can have £300, whichever suits you. The £140 will buckle more than the £200. So you pick a paper to suit you. Now we're looking at a blank piece of paper and thinking to yourself, how will I do a little scene? Now if I want water in, or if I want just a road and no water, and so on. So if you want water in your little scene which you're going to do, even if you've got a picture of it, you will start with your horizon low down, and you bring your water in this area here. This is your water area. There is your hills at the back, low hills or high hills, whichever. So there is your, remember, you'll put your horizon line, a line there. Now all your water will come under this here. This is your lake. There's your lake. And it's there, or below this horizon line. Now you can put another little mountain, another mountain there. Now that's your scene. And you'll have, say, reflection there, and you'll have okay, so you think to yourself, well, I've got a sheet of paper here, and I want to put water in this. And you put your horizon line up here, and then there's your, it's a bit exaggerated, and then you decide to put your water in, your lake. What are you doing? You're looking down onto it, where this is where you're stood here, looking into the scene with your easel there painting. This one, it's either a river rolling downwards, or you're on a hill looking down at it. So that's how you just see the tops of your trees like that. I've exaggerated, and that's what it's like, but you wouldn't see that part. You'd be looking down on tops of your trees like that. Are you with me? And if you wanted to see any hills, there'd be, even a high hill would be very low like that. So think before you go and you put this in here, and you decide to put your horizon this height. Where are you going to put your water? Now that's all very well to have it up there. If it's a road climbing a hill, yes, that's okay, that's fine. So just see. So you put your horizon line high, like this, and you put a road up to it, like that, which naturally starts going wider as it comes towards you here. So you're going up a hill. Now you can have a few trees on top of the hill there, and you're just going slowly. If it was a fence, it would be that big. Then it would start going like that. As it went uphill, it would be very high. In fact, it would probably be there. You see what I'm meaning? And this would go very, very like that. And now that could be a road going uphill. This could be your trees up here, going lower and lower and lower till they're hardly seen. Higher, your grass taller, smaller, 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 so we're going up that hill. So we now, we beginners, we're just beginning, what we're going to do, we're going to put our horizon line. I put it a bit higher because of this piece of metal here. It's stopping us seeing this. So we'll just put OK there. Okay, so this will be, this is about our horizon line. Now there we are. There's our horizon line. Here is our lake. Like this. Bring it straighter here. For a bit of grass there. There's our lake. There's our background hills in the distance. Coming from here, right, just took that in. Coming from here, you can have a tree that height there. And a tree here. And a tree smaller here. And that will do for you. And with this tree here, it'll give you a chance to put a reflection in there. Put another small tree here. And you can put a reflection in here. So like that, right, and so on. Now this is your scene now. Now remember, you put a low horizon line here. You put your lake low down. You can put reeds hitting you in the face here, which is just next to, like that. Here, this land here. There's the reeds again hitting you in the face. We sat here, they're hitting you in the face there. Now, we'll start off, nearly always start with the sky. Now, depending on what paper you've got, if your paper seems very dry and it's absorbing your painting right away, put a little bit of water on. And then put your paint on top of that. Now, I'll just show you. Now, this paper is rather dry, but I can manage to go. I'll just go over it with some blue. Now, I'll pick up some no, listen, I'm picking up some cobalt blue. Cobalt blue, have we got that? Cobalt blue. And just cobalt blue on its own. Now, I tell you what, then, if you've got a little bit of yellow ochre or raw sienna, put that in it. Dip that into it and make it only gently. And what you'll get is this colour of a blue. It's like a neutral cast. Can you see? And then, after that, get your size 8 brush. Now, it's dry paper, so quickly, just take the edges out, but just leave a couple like that. With the clean water now, just bring in some clean water like this. Now you can wet the rest of it here. All the rest of it you're wetting. A good wetting over, because if your paper's dry, it'll be most likely, but it's a cheap paper, it'll be dry. And you need some wet on it like this. Now once you've done that, what you need now is a grey colour. Now a grey colour is mixed with the cobalt blue and a light red. Now, got that cobalt blue and a light red. Just touch it into it till you get a nice bluey grey like this, see? That colour. And just switch it about like that. Now this is a dark cloud, see? Now just switch it about like that, where you've put this wet paint water on there, see? Now just do that, don't go too far, just put a bit up here as well with the brush. No need to be fancy with it, just do that on that wet. Now as you get so far like that. Now next thing, make sure it's still wet down here again. because that's dried on at mine. And then just get a little bit more blue and put it under here, right across underneath, like that. Now that was easy. Do you think you can do that? Yeah, you have a go up doing that. Now it doesn't matter if you make a mess. Just get that 2 colours, not 3 colours. That, you darkened a bit of, here you put a little bit of red in it, into your cobalt, to give you that, see that colour of like a purpley cast. I don't know if you can see it, whether I've done it strong enough for you. And then you just put blue at the bottom part here. Now this water here, we want, it'd be nice if we had some blue in that, so let's put some blue here, just there like that. That's it. And then put some blue here, just about underneath that, like that. And then with some clean water, dry your brush out a bit and just swish it out like that. This is just a clean water, but you're dragging that blue out. Can you see? I'm dragging that blue out a bit. There. And that will do, because also you let that set off a little bit. Now you could use either an air dryer or just let it dry naturally. And then when it starts to dry out, you can either wipe it a bit out with your brush like that and get a bit of blue. This blue you're dipping into the actual blue itself, straight paint, with just that little tip, see? Can you see? Just that tip of your brush. So that when you do it, all will be on is that. Now clean your brush out, and you see that, just spread that out a little bit like that. Can you see there's a faint touch there? Can you see a faint touch? It's just a faint touch. Not too obvious. You don't want it too obvious. Maybe a little bit there, just for us a change there. And just let that dry now. We've not come far enough though, just put a bit there. Now that's what you have to do up to now. Right. Now we've let it dry, or more or less dry. We're ready to put the green on here, which is the grassy areas either side, both sides of this lake. So again, I'm going to keep it simple. I won't mix any fancy colours. I'm going to mix some cobalt blue. I've left it done with all cobalt nearly, haven't I? Cobalt blue, and go on, put some cadmium yellow into that, and you'll find it'll come to a nice green. But what we want to do with that nice green is make it a little bit, let's mix enough of it in your palette, in your well. So that's your cad yellow, dip your cad yellow, dip your cadmium blue, your cobalt blue, and you've got a nice green. Now that nice green you're looking at now, put a little bit of burnt umber to that, watching it all the while. Keep watching it as you're doing it, and it'll start going into like a muddy kind of a green. And now with that muddy green, what I want you to do is just bring in this grassy area here. Now it's not, can you see, it's not a vivid green, it's like a muddy colour, isn't it, of a green. Now just bring this pointed wise into the bits, come across like this, see, and again here. Now, I've gone over there, but see, just carry on, don't bother, just do what I'm doing like this. And bring it across like that. See, there you are. And you can put your green grass here like that. Okay, let's just bring that a bit farther out there, and then we'll do this side here. We'll get it joining about the back there, go across, come again in here, in there, and down to there, like that. Then do your stalks with just pushing your brush up like that, just a quick brush up. Put an island in if you want, like that. A little bit smaller than that, of course, don't worry. That was a mistake that I've done. I've just done a mistake. This is an island here, because it's a big brush, this. Okay, now, let that dry off. Again, use your hair dryer. Now, what I'm going to get now is some raw sienna, which is all yellow ochres, I'm actually fine. And I'm just going to put a little bit across here, very thin now, that thin line, there. A thin line like that. Keep putting it on. Or maybe one just here. Just the same. No matter if you put big and thick like that, because it's me making a mistake that. And there, let that one dry. So you've got that little yellow line you've just put in there, and then we'll put that blue cobalt again. I've tried to keep it all the same. Cobalt again and your light red. You'll notice I've only used a couple of colours all this through this, and this is your background hill there. I've only used a couple of colours. Now, looking at this now, what we'll think is, this water is not shimmering enough, or it's not bright enough. So, what do we need to do? We need to darken this, even if it's only the edges around here, and just a bit here. So that's what we need to do. So, this green you've just mixed here, which was a cobalt, and it was cadmium yellow again, and burnt umber. We'll do it again, only this time mix it a bit stronger. You can either a bit on the bluey cast, but a bit stronger. So let's try how much stronger we've got it for this edge here, see? Well, just put it along here and just here. And just there. Well, that's a bit better, see? There. I made it a bit stronger, see? So that, bring it up to this edge here, like that. And then with a bit of umber, well, let's see what happens if we try while it's still wet. Put a bit of umber along that edge. Let's see if we bring that out a bit, that water. Now, if you have any doubt about it being too strong or anything like that, all you need to do is dip into water with your brush and just take that edge off, like that. But more than likely, it won't be. So I'll just put the other side same. Like so. Try and keep it going with the form of the land. I mean, if the land's coming over like that, coming over like that with it. And then just get some umber again. Where are we, umber? And just put some in here. Get it a bit stronger than that. Just do that. Don't need to go anywhere else. Just do that. Okay. Now, can you put a few stalks in like that? Or if you can, if it's not too wet yet, when it's dry. Okay, there, like that. Now leave it like that for a minute. Now just look at this, how it's a Bockingford. You can see with this pencil the lines are coming off. Can you see? Not too much when you go over with paint, but usually you can shift a lot of it. See, I'm just watching. I'm not doing it on wet paint, because if you're too anxious, you do, don't you? But can you see it? It's cleared it up nicely. There we are. We'll just shift those things off there, see where they're going better. You see, I don't usually put pencils on, penciling on, but I put this on for you. Now we can change where we put those trees in a minute. Just see where we're going and change them. And see a clearer view of what we're doing now. Let's get a bit of a kitchen roll. Just move some of this off. There we are. There's just a few bits there and there. See, it was no trouble to get rid of that, was it? Okay, now looking at this scene we've got here, what we've put this lake and our grass area either side. You see that yellow line I put there? That is so, if you wanted to, with a little bit of burnt umber, watch what happens when you put, say, distant trees in there, see? A bit stronger than that, wait a minute. You're putting distant trees just there, see, in that distance. And that's a long way away, isn't it? Very tiny. See how far away that is? Here too. See, I'm putting these little trees in. If I made that a bit yellow, a bit higher up, would have been fine, okay. If you make mistakes with this, it won't matter too much. You're just trying to do a nice little job. Okay, now what you get now, cobalt, same again, and a bit of cad yellow, and this is a really greeny green, and I'm going to I'll put a shadow across here like that. Now this is a cloud shadow, say, like that, and reaching across this other side up here like that, another bit over there in distance along that side, and up there like that. Okay there, I will leave just like that. Now carry on a bit more, a bit of cobalt again, and a little bit of burnt umber together. Make a nice little grey, dark, very dark grey, and you can just put patches just here. Of earth showing. That's all. And there we are. Now then, that's a bit of burnt umber and a bit of cobalt blue. The only blue we've used is cobalt, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Now, same again for this, so that we don't have too dark. It's not too dark, our brown, when we're using brown. When we're using this burnt umber and blue cobalt, it's for putting these dark lines in, or putting an old piece of wood here. Well, that's what it's for, because we don't want it too mad. So there again, another little piece, and that one, so like that. See? Now this start is the brown there I've used is cobalt and burnt umber. It's not too dark. See, here and there you put a bit more dark in if you want, and that's what it is. That's all I've mixed. Now say we want now to put, we're looking to put a tree in here somewhere. We can have one just there. Now a little bit, it's away off that. So it's this what there, it's in middle distance. So then again get that blue and that brown. Cobalt, and it's just here is the middle distance, so that, yeah, say you could have a tree like that there, you can see. Now this tree here will be a bit bigger, so let's just see about that one. Now put in a little bit of yellow with that now. Now this tree is this size, say. To there. You see? That position. Now the next one, if it was here, would be higher. Go on and do that. Right. The next tree, where was the yellow in it? It's higher. Here. Now that distance from there and there, it could be hundreds of yards away, miles away sometimes. Because although it's that showing so much, it's a long way off. Same with this one here. Now I'm just trying to brush out a bit. Sometimes you can wet it first and then put it on. Then it'll be blurred because it's so far away. You know what I mean? So on this side here, we said that was same. It'd be same as that little one there, on level with this here. So that would be another probably a broken down tree there, because it's same as this one. Maybe just give that a little bit high, like that. And then if you have another one here, it's the same as that over there. And where does that come to? About here. Just here, see. like that. Now you see that it's got that little reflection there, a bit stronger than that, and that one. But none of these will have reflections. But you can still put a little bit of land reflection by putting a little bit of water there and a little bit of touch of colour. And do that. No more than that. And that's it. Now watch when I put a few things in it, dry that off. Now our last thing for our beginners, I know it might look complicated, but it isn't at all. What you can do now, well, I've just been telling you about using, for your black, to use your burnt umber's dark brown, and your light blue, what I'm using is a cobalt. It's a light blue, which you could use for sky, mixed with the dark brown, and this is the result. See, it's not too dark. There's more blue in the dark. Now you just touch up at the bottom like that. Okay, and just here, and just here. Now, there's a little easy going. Is it easy going? I don't know. Now, thanks to our beginners for subscribing and having a go at this. It isn't too hard. I know you're going to say it's too hard for me as a beginner. Let's see if I can go, anything I can go over this with you again. If you've any doubt doing the sky, wet it first with clean water and then touch your blues in on that and leave it alone, and then just do this bit of water here. Remember how I told you how you have to do you must keep your I'm sorry, only for a minute, I'll stop you from over. You must keep your horizon low if you're going to put water in here. Keep it low and it'll be nice. See, even if you want to put hills over the top afterwards, like that. And then you can put, you know, a nice little tree there and a thing there, a tree on its own coming into water there, or even a little boat, like that. Yeah, maybe. You know, you can, or a boat leaning on this end here, like that. All these things are a little cabin farther away, there, on their edge. All these things you can do by keeping your horizon low. Okay. Now that's for our learners. So there we have, we kept that horizon low. I hope it's not too light for you. I've tried to keep it a bit dark, and it should be okay today with this sun on the light here.